Hello, Joy Tribe. So I want to just do a quick live. A lot of you guys loved my live from before. Love that you guys are, watching me and experiencing this. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the Cardi B, WAP, and Candace Owens controversy. So I think this is fantastic because somebody had to say the things that Candace said. And the reason we have such a strong Candace Owens is because we have such a strong Cardi B. I do think that they sort of balance each other out in this crazy universe. In the black, conservative universe, we have Candace Owens, who I know and have met many times and don't support everything she does, but support a lot of what she says. And then we have Cardi B in the leftist Hollywood universe, who I don't support anything of what she says. I don't like her music. But, in the past I have been like, okay, I don't want to be too critical. I want to keep the peace. She's a fellow artist. Maybe I'll meet her. Maybe I can change her thinking. But I've seen her just go from, semi-talented rapper. Honestly, she's not that in my viewpoint. Like, I don't listen to her stuff, but has the production team behind her with the beats and all that sort of thing. And, semi-okay looking, but then has the surgeries and the makeup and has the whole machine behind her, right? And I'm always like, I like to keep the peace, but I'm going to tell it out like it is. And I have seen Cardi B's music go from just like trashy to absolutely filthy. And it's not that you can't be a filthy rapper. It's not that you can't be X-rated. Oh, the guys do it. Yeah, I don't think just because the guys do it, the girls should. Aren't we supposed to be better? But let's just say you're going to do that. You're an adult. That's your lifestyle. Go for it. But the fact that the Grammys, that the, AMAs, that iTunes, that Amazon, I don't know if Amazon, but still, whatever, that every company supports this as in its mainstream, this is when you get Candace Owens. Because you need to have somebody who can be the black to the white, right? The left to the right, whatever, the opposite, the yin to the yang. Otherwise, you can't just have Cardi B's out there flaunting everything and everyone saying it's okay without pushback. And if you're a fan of Cardi B, I feel sorry for you because you don't see what she's doing to the black culture. You don't see, and I have said that, like, this whole, idiot woman, not intelligent, personification, like, all of that is a misrepresentation of what a black woman is. And I've hated that. I hate the ghetto stereotypes. I don't care if you're light skin, dark skin, or what. I hate the reality TV ghetto stereotypical black woman. I hate that. Not the individual. There are people out there who are like that, but I hate that the community puts this up as these are our women. When 30, 40, 50 years ago, we had Diana Ross, Diane Carroll. We had elegant, incredible black woman with incredible black beauty. This is not about, let me take my sunglasses off, okay? This is not about, should a woman own her sexuality? Should a woman perform and do what she wants? Should a woman have her own career? Absolutely. But Cardi B doesn't own her own career. She's bought and paid for by a lot of white money. You think she's BET is owned by a white man. I mean, people don't understand. This is not about race. This is about control. Black Americans who subscribe and will promote and push the Cardi B's of the world, it is to the detriment of their own soul. It is the detriment of their own soul, the soul of the black community. Not the spirit, the soul, right? Which moves and shakes the culture. Now, me being mixed race, I've always had a wider viewpoint, but I am involved in black culture. Now I'm accepted as a black woman. 10, 15 years ago, I wasn't called black. 6 years, 7 years ago, I wasn't considered black. I wasn't black enough. I'm too white to be black, right? So I'm too light skinned. So fine, I said, I don't really care. My identity doesn't ride on the black culture, but my identity is a part of it because yes, I am black. I do have black genes, and I love that. My mama's black. I'm not afraid of that. But I've never identified with the ghetto black culture, the BET. My family raised me. My mom taught talked proper. She spoke regular English. She got shit for that. Excuse my French, for talking white. So now we have Cardi B, who rose to fame and really was the money answer to what's her name? Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was the rapper, who was very much like the raunchy rappers before her. But, the industry wanted an antidote to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was getting too powerful. You guys don't know the history of how you could call it white supremacy. I don't even care at this point. If you want to call it white supremacy, fine. I call it money supremacy. I call it slave mentality supremacy. Because it doesn't matter if the person's white, black, brown, orange, yellow, they are buying you and your soul with the images that they have put out, and you are buying it. They have bought you, they got your money, they got your soul, they got everything. I'm just going to be straight up honest. It sickens me and disgusts me when we lift up Cardi B as this hero of sexuality, and I say, I'm 16 years old and I love that. That is sad. Because when I was growing up, I would see those music videos. It wasn't nearly as raunchy. It was all underground. If you had, underground rap that was raunchy, it was like maybe lyrics wise, right? We had Missy Elliott, but did Missy Elliott show off everything? No. Like if you showed off your whole body, that was like, it was very extreme. And I'm not saying you can't show off your body. You can't be proud of who you are. You can't own your sexuality. But promoting prostitution, promoting stripping as the female equivalent of power is twisted. And yet the culture will tear down someone like Candace Owens when she hits back and calls it disgusting. It's twisted. If we're going to be an equal playing field where we say, women, black women, let's amplify black voices and melanated black voices, yas, queen, then you need to, if you support Cardi B, and you support that whole yas, queen mentality, then you need to also support Candace Owens. Otherwise you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. See, I'm not that person. I'm not Yas Queen. I'm not. I'm going to tell you, I disagree 1,000% with what Cardi B does because she is bought and paid for by the powers that be. And she's making a pretty check, being up there. She can strip, she can get her surgeries. She doesn't care. It's nothing that white people haven't done. But the difference is the black culture eats it up. See, white culture is a little bit more varied. And this isn't being racist, but there's varied. It's not like you can only be the bimbo and get acceptance in the black culture, right? And by black culture, I mean mainstream media, music, TVs, where the money goes, Essence Fest, all of these things that we're putting out. White culture, you don't just see the bimbo. Yeah, you see bimbos. And I hate that reality star bimbo, white girl, Becky, oh my God, Valley Girl too. I hate all of that. I'm equal hater on this, okay? I'm not racist. I hate stereotypes. I hate stereotypes because we used to laugh at stereotypes, but now we lift them up as the archetype. A stereotype should never be an archetype. We should never lift up, oh yeah, let's just get the big fake boobs and the IG model stereotype. It's now an archetype. And it's done nothing but destruction. Now we have porn stars who look like models who look like porn stars. We have our boys addicted to porn, our men addicted to porn. Can't get it up in their bedroom because they see a fabricated thing. Women who get the fabricated thing think they deserve a high earning men, and I look like this so I get everything. They all think they're Kim Kardashians. They're all looking for their Kanyes, realizing that normal men don't want that. Good quality men are not going to want that. But a good quality woman doesn't want that either. But then she thinks, well, I have to. Because we're in the age of feminism. Yas, queen. Yas, queen. Unless you're a black woman with her own mental thinking. Unless you think, no, I actually don't like Cardi B. Then you get beat down. You see people are attacking Candace Owens. You don't have to agree with what she says. But why wouldn't you fight for another black woman to have her own ideas, her own thinking, if you are a Yas queen? I'm just going to call these Yas queeners out. Shut the front door. You're fake. You're lying to yourself. If you can't support a black conservative woman like myself, if you can't at least be, and I get a ton of my Joy Tribe out there and my fans who go, you know what? I may not agree with everything you say, but I will fight for your right to say it. And I love that what you're doing. And even though I think very different than you, I don't support Donald Trump, or I'm this, or I don't like politics, but I like you. I love those people because you know what? That's sanity. But unfortunately, we have an insane world that says, we got to cancel all the other things because it's offensive. We're not going to cancel Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B, and I don't think they should be canceled. I'm not a proponent of cancel culture, but I do think they should be criticized. Absolutely. I do think we should have a right to be like, that's trash, because it is trash. The Grammys had the least ratings of all time. It keeps going down, you guys. Keeps going down. And NCIS had higher ratings than the Grammys. Hello, somebody. That's probably also because joyvilla boycotted this year. I'm in South Africa. The Weeknd boycotted it. Beyonce showed up last minute. They gotta keep their name in people's mouths. They gotta show up and they gotta be ready. And I get the game. I know the game. I'm part of the game sometimes. But the difference is you are not going to shut me down for my opinion and my viewpoint. And Cardi B, she gets to say all these things and yes, wop, get that money, get that puss. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got that ring. It's disgusting. That's not female sexuality. That's not being a strong woman. Feminism has lied to you. If you don't cook, you don't clean, and you think you still deserve a 20, 30, 40, 50,000 plus diamond ring from a man who's going to work his ass off to get you that, you're lying to yourself. Well, Cardi B has had $1 million worth of plastic surgery, $10 million worth of PR. Her husband cheated on her. She can be a single mom out there. She can be pushing 30 and living her best life because she's fabricated. She's signed her name on the dotted line. That's not for everybody. Stop looking at the exception to the rules as the rules. They actually prove the rule. The exceptions to the rule prove the rule. If you acted like Cardi B, if you whopped all over the place, no man would want you. No good quality man, a beta man would want you. Strong men out there, do you want a woman to whop all over the place? I don't want you if you want me to do that. Because when I'm with my husband, when I'm married, when I'm my future husband, I'm not going to brag that I don't have to do anything for him and he's just going to give me a ring. Simping much? I want an alpha male who expects me to be loyal, expects me not to show my what all over the internet, expects me to come home to him and love him, and yes, contribute, because I expect that I don't have to work when I'm pregnant, that I don't have to worry about things because he's going to bring home the bacon, the vegan bacon. He's going to take care of me. He's going to be loyal. There is an expectation that just because you're a woman that we deserve the world. We're the prize. Yes, queen. So you can do everything in your 20s. You can get all manner of diseases, go out there, showing it off, being your best you, living your life. And then once you finally want to settle, you're like 27, 28, 29, you expect a man to just buy everything and be cool with you whopping all over the place. Why? Because you're a woman? That's not enough value. I hate to say it, but we've been lied to. I'm from the girl power era. Women are extremely valuable. We're actually the only ones, women and children, women are born with an inherent value because we can breed babies. We can make life. We are so incredibly valuable. But guess what, women? You are born with value, and every time you sleep around, I did it myself, and I've had to work to undo that. You lose value. You limit your value every time you go, I don't need no men. Men suck, men. Then you lose value. You were born with value, but you start losing it by your actions. You go do drugs. You don't give a crap. You do this. You sugar baby yourself out. You brag about, I'm going to get that Birkin. I'm going to get that money from men. You're using men for the money. Imagine if you flip it. Men are not born with inherent value. Men have to work. They have to earn their value. Men are born zeros. They have to earn it. They got to get a good paying job because they're going to have to support a family. They have to support their wife. They usually got to work out, get a good body, just like women should too. But most women have like at least a decent set of body out the womb, like, as you grow up, not out the womb, but like, 18 and plus. But like women are usually born with a beauty that, yes, you do have to take care of yourself. But I mean, women have femininity and warmth, and men, the good quality men that I know, they're like, oh, I just love the touch of a woman, the look, the feel of a woman. Because men have to go out there every day, dog eat dog world. Yes, it is a man's world, and men have to fight like men. They have to be soldiers. Men have historically died for us. Men are historically mostly homeless. Men have historically taken the beating, okay? When the draft came, no women were drafted. If a draft comes again, no women will be drafted. If you want to join the army and military, God bless you as a woman, but you don't have to. Men, we have to have men to do that. So men are protectors, okay? Whether you're Christian or not, whether you're biblical or not, this is the truth. Men are stronger than us. Men are fight for us, and they live less long than us. And we outnumber men, but we still need them. In 100% of births, you need a man. You can't, I don't need no man feminism out of this. I'm sick of this. I know, because in my early 20s, I bought into the lie that, I'm a woman. That's all that's needed. And because I'm an attractive woman, I would see men fall over backwards to get to know me. And I didn't like that. I never, because I wasn't raised knowing I'm attractive. I was raised knowing I'm smart and I'm kind, because God has put that on my mantle, like to be kind, to donate to charities, to donate your time, to help others, to be a good listener. Thank God I was raised by a good, strong dad and mom. I guarantee you Cardi B was not raised by good, strong parents. Not a dad. Because a father would tell his daughter, your worth is not your vagina. Your worth is not your genitals. Your worth is here. It's not between your legs, it's what's between your ears. And yes, looking good and owning your sexuality. I don't think women have to be property of men. We're not talking about that. But women are so unhappy. We have more freedoms than ever. And yet women are so unhappy, especially in the Black culture. Black women are unhappy. Oh my gosh, if you look at the statistics, we should be the happiest ever. We don't have to get married. We're allowed to get divorced. We can own our own companies. We can go to college. We can choose to have kids or not have kids. We can dress the way we want. In a Western country, feminism only works in a first world country. Third world countries, they don't have feminism. You think, well, yeah, that's what's wrong. No, because they know they have to get married to be able to support themselves and to have kids. And they are under their father's protection, their parents' protection, before they go to a husband's protection. And I'm a traditionalist. I don't think we should be owned in property. No, I can be a little more liberal on those ideas. I think you should, as a woman, go to college if you want, have your own jobs, have your career, but don't get bitter. And when you see an older man who has money and means, wants to settle down finally, he's in his 40s, 50s, and he chooses a 25-year-old, don't get bitter that he didn't choose you at 36. It's not your age, it's that you're bitter. Or you're 25, but you're bitter because you've been going your whole life. Like we're taught in our teens, girl power, girl power, girl power. Boys drool, right? Girl power. So girls go, yeah, I don't need men. Fine. 20s, go live you. It's all about you. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Who cares? It's like, it's fine. Woman's subtly, slowly decreasing her value in the eyes of a high-earning, valuable man. And men do it too, but remember, men don't have value. They have to earn value. So if you get a 25-year-old woman and a 25-year-old man, if she is, able to be loyal to a man, she can support herself at least, is not out there, running crazy, has a job, has dreams and goals, has her warmth still intact, doesn't hate men, guess what? She has all the value in the world. A 25-year-old man, what does he need? He can't just have those things. He's got to make a certain amount of money. He's got to have his own car. 25, you should have lived by yourself by then. If you have roommates, I don't think that 25-year-old woman's going to want to be with you. Not seriously. You should be looking, because you have 5 years till 30. You have 5 years to get your shit together. You should have your shit together by 25. As a man, there's way more pressure. Yet women, all you have to do is own your value. But don't become a hater. Don't become a whopper. Whopper. It's like whop all over the place. And yet here's Cardi B. How old is Cardi B? 26, 27? I don't know, 24, 25. They all lie about their age. I've been there, done that. I'm not judging people. I'm being honest. And I am allowed to be critical of people who are in the limelight. Like, you're allowed to be critical of me. But I'm telling you, happy St. Patrick's Day. Jezebels, exactly, a generation of Jezebel spirits. It's insanity. And you don't have to agree with what I'm saying to see the results out there. Women are more unhappy than ever before. The divorces are 80% initiated by women. Women are out there saying, I don't have this, I don't have that, I wish I had this. What do you want? If you want a family and you want kids, then prepare to serve a man and help a man. as he's going to be prepared to pay the bills. That's serving you. We want a man to pay all our bills, take us out on dates, pursue us, be taller than us. And what are we offering them? Just, we're women, we're angry women, our feminine, not even feminine, it's feminism, our femininity. I mean, back in the day, women used to take being a woman as a pride, like with pride. Dress well, take care of your skin. There's nothing wrong with that, ladies. Doing it for yourself. Do it for yourself, but also grow for yourself. Don't spend your 20s whopping all over the place. That's a lie. Don't spend your 20s thinking, I don't need no man. I can drink and drug to excess, get 45 abortions, sleep with 100 men, and by the time I hit 29, I'll be an eligible wife for somebody. Because guess what? You're probably going to want to be. Well, what if I don't want to? Great for you, but you're in the minority. You're in the minority if you don't want to be married and have kids. Most women want to be married and have kids. So I would never tell my daughter, spend your 20s doing whatever you want. No, I'd say spend, your early 20s, go to school if you want to, get your career. There's nothing wrong with that. I think by 25, have your shit together, whether you're a man or a woman. And don't go nuts. I wasted 2 years drinking, trying drugs, partying. I had to pay for that. I had to go in. I had to get spiritual counseling. I had to make up for that. That's almost 10 years ago for me now. And by the time I went back and I handled my issues, I looked at myself. And yeah, I had to be single while I did that. I didn't go around thinking a guy's going to save me. Then I found my husband and I got married. And yes, I'm divorced, I'm not saying it's all perfect, sunshine, peaches, and roses, but I was with that man for 7 years, loyal. We didn't cheat on each other. We were together. We were happy. I was young, but I was happy until I wasn't, and I made mistakes too. But I knew I wanted kids, and I should have clarified that in the beginning of the relationship because I wasn't sure. But now I would tell my daughter, you probably are going to want kids by the time you turn 29, 30. That's when it hit me. That's when it hit my mom. Baby bug. And my husband did not want to have kids because he had already had kids. He was a lot older. So I had a choice. I could have stayed with him and not had kids and still been in a fairly decent marriage because again, it wasn't like he beat me or anything. He was an incredible man. And I chose to part ways. I said, I'm going to get out there in this crazy ass world of dating, which it's insane. After 8 years, because for a year before I met my husband, I didn't date. I met him organically and I went into the dating scene and it's nuts. So ladies, if you're happily married, don't get divorced. Or if you're unhappily married, try to fix it. Trust me, I did. I took 1.5 years to try to fix my marriage, counseling. In the end of the day, it didn't work out. We're two different people. He didn't want to budge. He didn't want kids. And I didn't want to wake up one day to be 45 years old and bitter without children and then get divorced anyways. I made that decision though. Like, look at the power I have as a woman. Back in the day, if you're married and you don't have the means, or if you do have the means, you got to stay married. I can go now, but I don't delude myself. I don't think, I have all the time in the world. I can be 50 years old and I can catch any man I want. I mean, yeah, I have more privilege than most of you guys because I make very good money. I'm very extremely healthy. I look a lot younger. I'm a celebrity. I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian. But I'm not out there to go play games. I'm going to take the time to work on myself, to fix what's broken in me. I just got out of a 1-year relationship. There's some things broken in me too, And I need to fix that. I need to take responsibility for that because I want to be a good wife. I want to be a wife. I want to be a mother. Those are incredible positions to fill as a woman. And I don't want to be like, well, I don't need no man and he can't handle me and I'm better than him. It's hard not to close your heart and to think like that. Ladies, I know. But my friend Xenia said, as a queen, it's also very queenly to see the best in a man, And I've dated men, I've seen the best in them. They may have not been the best, but I gave them a chance to see the best. And there's nothing wrong with that. You move on. What have you lost by being kind, vulnerable, real? Nothing. My last relationship, I've grown incredibly through that. So I'm grateful to my exes for teaching me lessons. I am grateful. And I own up to my lack in each relationship to go, okay, I want to be a better woman because I do want to meet my husband. I want to have babies. I'm turning 35 next month. I'm so excited. but I'm doing the work. I'm out here in Africa. I'm doing creative things, but I'm also doing spiritual things. I'm in church every day, and I'm putting my energy towards a charity, to work with kids, to really do selfless things. Ladies, get therapy, but don't go see a psychologist who's just going to say, oh, and what happened then? And did you not, your mom didn't love you enough? And it's going to help you blame men more. Don't go see a feminist, psychologist, bullshit. Go into church, whatever church you have, spiritual practice, and really do the work. Be humble. Really do the work. Take life improvement courses. Learn to cook, learn to clean, learn to be in places on time, learn to hold a job, learn life skills that unfortunately school didn't teach you, that probably your parents didn't teach you. I had to do that. I mean, my parents kind of spoiled me. I was a bit of a princess, you know? But my dad did tell me, you don't have to get married, you don't have to have kids. So I came out the gate knowing that I could work on my career, and I'm glad I did. My first boyfriend wanted to marry me and have kids, but I was 18. Are you kidding me? 19, 20 by the time we parted. Then I had a very abusive relationship after, short term, had a baby, gave her up for adoption. Very painful few years. That sent me down to a spiral. I had to dig myself out of there. I had to be humble. I had to start with God. Help me. I talk about this in Kick-Ass Conservative. I had to be humble. So I'm back there. Of course, I have incredible amounts of success. I am very stable emotionally. I don't freak out on these things. But I'm not there yet. I want to be better. See how it's the humility and the gratitude. I'm grateful for men. Because what happens with a lot of women when they get out of relationships or they get divorced, there's nothing wrong with being divorced, but and men it happens too, is you start hating the opposite gender. A man who hates a woman or a woman who hates a man, men can smell that on a woman when she hates men, where she has a chip on her shoulder. She's a feminist. Because feminism is not nowadays. It's not any more useful to women. Yeah, okay, before when we were property of our husbands, I don't agree with all that. You couldn't vote, I don't agree with all that. I don't agree with you have to be a wife and you have to cook and clean. But for the ladies who do want to be wives and who are young enough to know better or who are old enough to know better, don't make the mistakes that the world tells you, that you can just waste your 20s and even 30s and you can just wake up one day 45 and it'll be like Sex in the City and everyone wants you. That only happens in the movies. And men, don't think that you can just be broke asses looking at porn on video games, sleeping on a friend's couch until you're 35, and then suddenly you can put entrepreneur in your bio and a woman will love you. That only happens in the movies. Responsibility for getting together is on the mantle of both genders, men and women. But too long, women have said it's only a man's responsibility. I have so many girlfriends who are single. Be careful when you have mostly single girlfriends. I have many girlfriends who are married, by the way. Make sure the people around you are married, looking to be married. Because single people who stay single, who've been divorced many times maybe, can have that mentality. And like I said, I'm divorced. I'm not blaming people who are divorced, but you cannot go to that thinking, because what we want to do is we want to blame our exes, right? He was an asshole. He did this. Women are so, they get with their margaritas and the mamacitas and they get around and they watch The Bachelor. They have their cats and their dogs and they just bullshit and talk shit about men. Stop it. And any married woman who talks shit about her husband to her girlfriends, that is so bad. I protected my marriage when I was married. I didn't do that. I didn't. So much that people didn't even know I had issues until I got out of my marriage. And I was like, well, we were having some issues towards the end. People didn't know that. My best friends didn't know that. Because I don't believe that it's right for a woman to do that. Take that to your pastor. Take that to your church. Get into marriage counseling. Get in with your spouse and tell them how you feel. And ladies, be humble. Use feminine energy. You can move a man with your warmth and your beauty so easily. I know. Men... They bend over backwards to help me because I appreciate it. I smile. You don't owe the world anything, but women don't even want to smile. They call it street harassment if someone says you're beautiful. Are you kidding me? If someone says I'm beautiful, I'm walking down the street, I go, thank you. That doesn't mean I have to go sleep with them. Of course, if they're going to touch me, that's not okay. But you can't even compliment a woman. It's no wonder that men are getting turned off by women, right? The MGTOW, MGTOW. Men's movement, where it's like, but men, that's an answer to what is happening in society. Like Candace Owens is the answer to what is happening in society with Cardi B. They're in a sense two sides of the same coin, but it's not the same, but it balances it out. If you're unhappy, you need to look at your life. You don't need to go out there and blame all the men who hurt you. And even if you did come out of an abusive relationship, or, or they stole something from you, or I'm sorry, or they left you, or they cheated on you. I'm so sorry. That's awful. But is it still happening to you today? How many years ago did that happen? How many years of therapy and help and like reaching out, not talking to your single girlfriends who also hate men, but not sleeping around, not getting drunk, not doing drugs. How much work did you do to rectify that, to heal yourself and to heal what's in you that allowed that or attracted that, right? Not to victim blame at all, but there's something in you, right? We all know there's always that little like, I saw the red flags and I ignored them. Why did you ignore them? You need to find out and take responsibility so you don't bring that baggage into your next relationship. You owe it to your future self. You owe it to your future spouse. Would you date you? Would you date you? I don't care if you're hot. I don't care if you make a ton of money. Would you date you emotionally? Like, are you carrying extra weight? Do you have extra debt? Can you make yourself a better person? A human being. Like, we used to just be humans. How can we be the best people we can be and then come into a relationship? No, now it's all Tinder, swipe left. There's so many options. It's so empty. I hate that. I got off the dating apps, and there's nothing wrong with dating apps, but I just feel like I'm not trying to get back into a relationship because I got divorced 1.5 years ago almost. I was in a year-long relationship. I need me time. I need me time to heal and work on myself and take responsibility and connect with my audience and get in the gym, eat healthy, get 8 hours of sleep, drink a lot of water, don't drink alcohol. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. A lot of you guys get out of a relationship, you go straight to the weed, straight to the liquor store, straight to the strip club. It's like, are you kidding me? You think that's going to solve it? Oh, the only way to get over a woman is to get under another one, or whatever this BS. Stop listening to your broke ass, loser ass friends, guys and girls. Are they happily married? Are they happy? Then stop listening to them. Get new friends. Get new friends. So much of us are not willing to cut off those toxic people around us who validate us, right? What's the first thing when you break up with someone? Oh, he was a loser anyways. Honey, sure. Girl, yes, queen, get you a good one, get you a new one. As if they're just things to pick up at the store. These are human beings we're talking about. A relationship is going to take something from you in a way, You're going to be heartbroken even if you deny it. Like I am. My recent ex withdrew from me, essentially broke up with me first. And then I said, okay, fine. I can't have someone who's not going to be there. And so I had to pull the plug. It was so painful. But they did what is best for them. I had to do what's best for me. No hard feelings. You distance yourself now. I work on myself. I hope he works on himself, but that is not my responsibility. And again, we weren't married. We weren't engaged. So I could leave that relationship. Men, wife up your ladies if you really love them. I don't want to hear 11 years, 6 years. I don't want to hear 2 years together without being engaged. You should know within 6 months. We don't have time to just burn. Especially during COVID, if it taught us anything, own land, get married, have babies, have your own property, have your investments, invest in cryptos, travel the world, have your shit together so you can be the best person. And God forbid I shouldn't say God forbid, but let's just say if you stay single, at least you're the best person you could possibly be. But guess what? That's usually when you meet your person. How did I meet my ex-husband? When I was working on myself. When I said, you know what? I'm not going to even try to date. Every man is my brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? Let me get to know men as men. Let me appreciate them. Let me respect them. But let me not see them as sexual objects. Let me not see them as money objects. Women need to see men as people too, because you're all about your hurts. You're carrying your hurts on your chest, especially black women. I hate to say it, in our culture, and it looks so childish. You get out there and you just. It's not it. It's not it, sister. Respect men. Okay, one man hurt you, maybe 2 or 3. Maybe your father hurt you, but that's not all men. Just like you don't want men to be like, oh, all women are blah, blah, blah. Then don't say all men are blah, blah, blah. What happened to women respecting men? Well, he hurt me. He should have respected me. Okay, well, you picked him. Why'd you pick him? Maybe you should have moved on when you saw him disrespecting you. Oh, my picker's broken. Okay, well, then work on that. Work on that. There are solutions. Did you settle for him because you have an extra 30 pounds and you think you can't get the guy you really want? Well, then lose 30 pounds and get the guy you really want. Is it because, well, I don't know, I live with 25 roommates, and well, then freaking make better money. Make better choices. Save your money. Even if you're broke, save your money. People going into debt. Would you date someone with as much debt as you have? I doubt it. Get your shit together, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're in your 40s and 50s, it's even more important. It's not too late though. Many people come out of relationships, they get their shit together, they get right with God, with themselves, they get their spiritual understanding that they are valuable, they value themselves, then they can value others again, and then they get remarried. Like, I see so many success stories, but if you ask them, they're not like, yeah, at first I was like, I don't need no man, and I was like, men don't need nothing, and he better pay my bills, honey, and he don't know, and then I found a new husband, and now I'm happy. No, I was like, oh yeah, I had to work on myself, and I struggled. I took off, I went to Spain for a year, and then I connected with my family, I connected with my roots, and I found God. You always hear those stories. Then, wow, then I found my husband shopping in the market, and I love him and adore him. That's the stories I hear. I hear women making sacrifices for their men and loving it. My girlfriends go, oh, Joy, I gotta call you back. My husband needs me. Hey, my husband, I've been on the phone with you for an hour. My husband needs me. I spend some time with him. Those are the kind of women I keep around me, and I love that. You have to protect your marriage. You have to protect it at all costs, because the dating world is not friendly. It is not fun out here, you guys. It's not. But that's okay. If you're in the scene, dating should be fun. Work on yourself so that you can be a good person that would be willing and virtuous and valuable. And it's okay if your past you weren't virtuous and perfect. Hey, none of us, if you were whopping all the place, you used to be a Cardi B, maybe you'll whatever, or the male equivalent, it's okay. There's forgiveness, but take responsibility and set yourself right. You can't party like you did in your early 20s, in your 30s, and expect to find a good husband or wife. It goes both ways. But what I do see a lot is men out there working their asses off. I always have a thing. I'm like, if I don't have a roommate, you can't have a roommate. I do want a high earning, high potential man, but most important is what's in his heart. But I do want someone of my level. And ladies, if you're at that level, then you can expect that. But if you're not, I don't want no man who has a Honda. He got to have a Bentley. Do you have a Bentley? Or, okay, let's say it's not about the money, because maybe the man can have the Bentley. Can you cook? Will you give him a massage? Will you listen to him and not post on social media all the time? Can you be ready for him, waiting for him when he gets home? If he has a Bentley, what do you bring into it? I'm a woman. I got the P. Okay, well, there's a lot of women out there. He could probably buy the P. There's a ton of wops out there. What's the value? What's the wifely value that you're going to give to a man? The listening skills, the sensibility, the sensitivity, the vulnerability, the femininity, the honesty. You don't have to be the prettiest girl in the room, but take care of yourself, look good, be fit, be feminine, and be willing to be a partner to a man. Be willing to say, I'm going to put the work aside. I want to listen to my husband because you went to work. I want to be here for you. It's one of the most important things women can do is listen to their men. Well, he never talks. Well, do you listen? Or you just put on The Bachelor and talk to your girlfriends all day long and think, girl, he don't even know. Listen, women in all cultures do it, and it's time to stop. That's why so many men are going over to other cultures, though. African cultures, Asian cultures, even Latin American cultures, they treat their men with respect a lot more than Western culture. I hate to say it. In America, we have feminism that has told women they don't need no man. So we have unhappy women who don't get no man. Hey, if you want to be single with your cats and your dogs for the rest of your life, go for it. I don't. I want to be married and have kids, so I do need a man. I even remember telling a man, I don't need you, but I want you. He was like, okay. I cringe. What's a man supposed to do? Imagine if a man told me that. I don't need you, but I want you. I want a man to need me. Actually, I don't want a man to need me. I do want a man to want me. But as a woman, I do need a man. But I want him to want me. I want him to work. I do want a man to be able to say he loves me, but also to know that he has the space to go do his life and do his thing. I've never been that woman who's like, oh, you don't have time for me, then you don't get it. No, I've been with very successful men, was married to a very successful man. Guess what? I didn't always come first. I didn't. His business came first, but the business paid the bills. Baby, what do you need? Want me to bring you some coffee? Want me to make you breakfast so that you can keep working? What do you need, honey? Serve your man. Women have forgotten how to serve men. A man will give you the world if you do that for him. They're so simple. And that's not a negative thing. They're simple. They're easy to please. But women have gotten it all twisted. Well, I do the, you don't do the one thing a man needs, which is like listening, serving him. Yes, providing those duties. Like it's a pleasure for me to serve my man because I have a man who is serving me. It becomes a two-way street. But it is always that. Just like your friends, you wouldn't go hang out with your friends, make them call you all the time, make them chase you, make them pick you up from home, and you never ever buy them lunch. Listen, I do believe a man should pursue a woman. I'm old-fashioned, traditional, but it's a woman's warmth and receptivity that opens it up, right? But after a certain time, if you know the man has the money to provide, then you need to not go, okay, I'm just going to sit back and relax while he buys everything. No, I'd be like, okay, well, since you're paying for this, what can I give you? I can't match you with money. I can't match you with masculine. I don't have the strength you have, but I have feminine qualities. Do you need a massage, baby? What do you need? Do you want me to take a few days off of work to come help you? My pleasure. Yes, my love. How hard is that? It's not, ladies, but apparently that's what feminism is teaching us, that's the hardest thing to do. You gotta win arguments, you gotta fight with them, you gotta be a man in a man's world. Honey child, I will take my femininity any day. I don't have to fight with men. We're not in competition with men. It's not a competition because you will always lose. I wish modern women knew that. When I raise my daughters, I'll say, you can go out there and have fun and get your degree and start your business. In fact, you should. But remember, if you want to be a mother, which you might want to be, just keep that in mind. That you need to learn wife skills as well. The care and keeping of a man is an incredible skill that many women lack. That I thought I had, that I had to learn. Now that I've been a wife, I'm like, oh, this is how you do it. I loved it. And it means different things for different women. But the main thing is you have to care for your man and whatever he needs. Like a man will do everything for you when you respect him, when you brag on him, when you shine a little bit, when you bring it, put on lingerie. He likes that, do it. What's the big deal? Watch his shows sometimes. Don't force him to be a woman. Don't force him to do your things all the time and then complain about him. He's a man. Let him be a man. He's grumpy, leave him be. Bring him some food. Yeah, make him a sandwich. I used to do that all the time with my man. Like, you're grumpy. Let me make you a sandwich. Let me make you some food. Girls learn to cook. It's a great skill. I love cooking. Cook for myself. Because one day I want to cook for my kids. I want to cook for my man. Okay, fine. I can afford a private chef. But it doesn't mean I still don't want to serve my family and be a mom. And be able to do that while still maintaining my career. You can have it all, but it takes work. It takes inner work. You can't just go for one thing, the career woman, and then expect to suddenly flip. And then when you're ready, gentlemen, I'm ready. Marry me. What skills do you have? You spent you spent the last 5 to 10 years learning skills for yourself. Great. That's awesome. Also learn skills for a husband, for a family. It's a skill set. We used to brag about it back in the day. Darning socks. Like, we don't even have to do that shit anymore. Ladies, it's so easy for us. I don't want equality. I don't want to go be a garbage man and have to go fight in war and be forced to freaking provide for my family as the sole breadwinner. And hell no, I don't want equality. I was born unequal. We were born unequal. If you talk about society, like I said, women already have inherent value. Women have to be protected. We have more value than men because we can carry life. But you lose value when you lose your value. I already have value as a woman. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to fight with men. I don't have to get... well, you don't... and then men. What? Stop. You guys know what I'm talking about. I've even been reading the comments. Do you guys love this? Who in there loves this? We got some positive comments. You guys said you want more things, just like they can't birth life. Exactly. So women are already inherently value, ladies. Feminism doesn't give you value. The world doesn't give you value. God gave you value. No one can take that away except for you. You can take that away from yourself by lowering yourself to try to be at the same playing field as a man. Like, what, do you have a master's degree? I do. Okay, you're in competition with him? How much do you make? I make it. A man doesn't want a masculine woman. He's not going to fight. You're only going to get a beta male, who's going to want to be dominated, which is not sexy, not to me. Very few women think that's sexy. Or you're going to get a masculine man who's going to leave. He's going to be like, why? This is so hard. Why would I do this? Right? Family roots. I love this. Thank you guys. You love this? More things like that. In Indonesia, I love it. We got the international audience. I'm just trying to spread some love. Jesus is king. I'm just trying to spread some knowledge, because our mothers and our grandmothers and our sisters, they don't teach us this anymore. Our aunties don't teach us this anymore. I would love Brazil. You want that? I love that. A video. I'm gonna post these on YouTube too. It's so easy to do the lives because I just love talking to my Joy tribe, you know? And God has put it on my heart. It's time to share this, because I'm speaking to myself too. Women aren't equal to men, but we do have equality. 100% truth is love. We have equality. We're not equal, but listen, no woman should be treated like a thing or trash. No man should be either. But if you're gonna say who is going to take care of my house, who is going to run my business at home and make sure I have a beautiful surrounding, Proverbs 31 woman, who is going to make sure okay, a decorator, right? A decorator or a homemaker. I would rather hire a woman if I had to hire someone to do that. Why? Because women have more of an eye. We can see better colors. We know what comfort means. It's more value. That's not equal then. A man and a woman, female, male decorator, if they had the same exact, quality, like if their resume was the same and the price was the same, I'd hire the woman. Yeah, I'm biased because women have more skills than that. I know I do. I mean, my mom did. Art, creation, beauty, we're more creative. We creators. Hello. But security system, same exact skill set, same exact price. Who's going to protect my house, make sure I don't get gunned down in the streets, parole the parameter, woman or man? I'm going to hire the man. Hell yeah. Because I'm like, okay, she could be tough, but a man, it's going to be intimidating, a lot more intimidating. Even if they're the same height and weight, I'm going to hire the man. Yeah, I'm biased because they're equal people. I'm going to treat them with the same respect. Of course, they're both human beings. But is it true equality? Of course not. I will hire a woman for more ladylike, feminine, homemaking jobs because we have more skills in that. Hello. Babysitter? I'm going to hire a girl. I don't really want a guy babysitting my kids. Sorry, I'm prejudiced. Protector, value, construction, building my house. I'm going to hire a man. Hello. You see how ridiculous this equal everything is? It's not bad. We have different traits. We're born into these bodies, okay? I'm a woman. I love being a woman. I'm not confused on that. So yes, I can be a power woman. I can be a badass. But at home, I'm not going to be the boss bitch, bang ass queen. You better do what I say. Fudge sickles. I'm gonna be like, yes, baby. What would you like? What should we do today? And he's going to be like, well, let's go do this. I'm going to let him lead. I'm going to let him pick things out because it's going to be, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do the work. Oh, you're opening the door for me? Thank you. I slow down when I come to doors if a man is walking next to me. I expect you to open the door for me. Thank you. It's respectful. We're not equal. You're serving me by doing that. Women, why would you want to be equal with men? Let men serve you. Let men help you. Who jumps up and says, do you need a ride? Can I help you? Do you need this? Men. Because I'm a lady. I act as a lady. I treat myself as a lady, and men respond to that. And it comes down to the feminine, wearing dresses, wearing my hair long, like that may not be your expression of femininity, but it really helps. I wear lingerie, I wear pretty things, I do a little lipstick, my little eyeliner, I smile, I giggle, I keep my eyes wide open, and I'm receptive to a man's advances, if it's warranted advances. But even a guy on the street, feminine energy starts with that. When a guy's like, hey, beautiful, F that bum. No, I go, oh, thank you. I don't care if it's a bum on the street. He recognized my femininity. Thank you. I'm not going to go make out with him. Women think, if you just smile at a man, it's like you let him rape you or something. I'm like, when I hear some of these modern women talk, they don't even want to smile at men. Resting bitch face. What man wants that? Do you want a woman that never smiles? Just never pleased? Nose turned up. I see that on Instagram all day long. And you're just no expression in the face, but then the boobs are out and the ass is out. So you're telling me you're just a thing. You have no personality. And yet you get mad when a man's like, hey, sexy, let me put it in. Well, that's what you're advertising. That's all you're saying you have, you bring to the table. It's okay to be like, sometimes. But when women only have that, I'm like, it's a turnoff. Yeah, men want to see a smile. Yeah, you're beautiful. Women, you are beautiful when you smile. Whether you have a lot of physical beauty or not, we're beautiful when we smile. That is our female privilege we were born with. We can light a man's world up with that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. He said, yeah, you better help me. That's masculine energy. Females, learn what feminine energy is. Use it. It's powerful. It's magical. And men, cultivate your masculine energy. Don't be a female around me. Be a male. Yes, do it. Own it. Be masculine. You need to go take the time to go take things for yourself. Let me know. I need some space. Oh, right. Go. I need to go hunt or whatever you're doing. Hunting. No, I don't believe in hunting, really. I'm a vegan. I don't want... But like, okay, you need to go off in the woods and do your masculine thing. You need to go be manly. Yes. Go. Do it. I love it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go with the ladies and get my nails done. You go do it. And so many women are like, oh, he's not calling me all the time. He's like, well, you're desperate. Stop. Let him be a man. Let him chase you. But also give him something to come home to. Like, give him value. So many women let themselves go. I hate to say that. It's true. I know it hurts to hear these things. Men usually respond to a woman letting herself go and will respond in kind. So I get it. Hormones, stress, you had a baby, you're older. It's tough. But don't be okay with gaining 30 pounds, 20 pounds, even 15 pounds. Be good with yourself. Take the time to lose the weight. Be healthy. Don't hate on yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be skinny, but don't be okay with like settling. Don't be okay with looking frumpy, t-shirts. Well, he loves me. He already put a ring on. He loves me for who I am. You don't think he would love it if you put on some lipstick or just did your hair? Or just, okay, so what did you used to look like when you dated him? Just be that girl again. Be that woman. I know I'm going to get attacked so much, but like, these are the things that women need to hear, because I would tell a man the same thing. Like, don't get a little gut. Don't get sloppy. Don't be like, well, I pay the bills. No, you should strive to pay more than the bills. You should strive to take your woman out to a fancy dinner. Still date her. You know, don't get okay with like this messy facial hair. Like, fix it. Like, it works for the man too. In fact, men have to do more. You have to do the providing, and you have to do the keeping yourself in shape. Women, you just have to keep yourself in shape. Imagine if you also had to provide for him and your kids. Some of you do. Single mothers, you know how hard that is. Tell me one single mother that's like happy being a single mom. Very few. Unless you happen to be the heir to a rich fortune or you divorced a rich husband, but that's not money you make. A woman can still live with her parents at 24, 25, even 26 and not be looked that down upon. You know? A man, I'm sorry, no. If you are 21 as a man, still living with your parents, even if you're in college, you need to live in a dorm. You need to leave and cleave. Men have to be independent way earlier than women do. So I don't want equality. I don't want to be looked at as like, oh, you're 25 and you live with your parents, you're a bum. Nobody would say it to a woman, even though I think women should also look at living on their own. Live with roommates. Women should live with roommates in the beginning, because again, men are not going to look at you as the provider, but they are going to look at you as the warmth and the comforter and the nurturer. So have those skills in. Be able to provide a nice home. Be his peace. Be his rest. Be his sanctuary. You know, like that's what men need. That's what men want. And they will go out there and they will bring home the buffalo for you. They will be the warrior that you need. I know, I've seen it. Each and every one of my men has done that for me, you know, and I know that I will find the right man who's going to do that for me and wants the same things I want. At the end of the day, the breakups I've had since I've matured in the last 10 years have been because we didn't want the same things. So whose responsibility is that? The future things. I want to make it very clear when I meet my future husband, this is what I want. I want to be a wife one day. Ladies, you need to tell men that on a date. It doesn't mean with you, but I want to be a wife. I want to be a mother one day. If that's what you want, let the man know. And husbands, men, if you want to be a husband, then let her know. And she goes, well, I'm not ready to settle down. Cut her off. You don't want a woman who's not ready to settle down. And ladies, if he goes, yeah, well, I don't know, I don't really believe in marriage, cut him off. He's not ready to settle down. Stop trying to make them into something they're not. I don't care how hot they are or how rich they are. Cut them off if they don't want the same thing. And be willing to settle down with someone who may not be as rich as you want or as good looking as you want, but wants the same things you want. You know, like I would happily marry a plumber. Plumbers make great money. I would marry a person who owns a garbage collection company, a bricklayer. I would happily marry that if he wants the same things as I do. If he wants marriage and wants to take care of me and be there for me. It's not about the external things. And also has to be internally, you know, God-fearing and working on himself. Like the work doesn't end. We've been taught to flash Louis Vuitton and a tiny waist and thick hips and big lips and, you know, an Audi on IG and being at the beach and all of these things, muscles. And we're not talking about how intelligent or how God-fearing or how smart or how kind or how humble or how valuable this human being truly is. Like, I want to see a man posting his charity work. Yeah, I want to see you like, freaking, what have you done for the world? You know, in your sphere. That's sexy to me. That's hot. You know, ladies too, get into charity work, get into volunteering, get into something outside yourself. That's hot. Both genders, right? I think that's hot. I've been single a long time. How many of you guys agree with what I'm saying? 18 years? 007 girl. What is the reason for that? Why are you single 18 years? You don't date. Sounds like you've been broken. You've been hurt. A lot of us are broken individuals. We need to fix. We need to fix ourselves. Look at all the flags at Jamaica. Hey, we got a lot of Arabs up in the house. I see Arabic. Because it's the middle of the night for the U.S. Hi. Okay, let's answer. 4 years. 4 years single. See, ladies, and you're gorgeous ladies. You shouldn't be single that long. If you truly want to be with someone, you shouldn't be single that long. Hello. We'll do another live where we can dig into relationships more. I want to bring this into the whole conversation. And if you guys really love what I'm doing, beautiful goddess, always good to see you, love. Hi, Javier. I want you. All right. Well, you got me here on this live. Thank you. Thank you. But, you know, hey, Villa. Hey, Ronnie. Hey. So, you guys can get my courage course if this has helped you. Having the courage to say the things I do, to say and do the things I do is a big deal. You can go to joyvilla.com. You can click on courses and mentorship or go to courage.joyvilla.com. It's courage.joyvilla.com. Somebody out there needs to hear this. Somebody out there needed me to say this. I work through the Holy Spirit. If God says you need to say this, then I'm part of the universe. I want to help. I want to help others. I want to help other women avoid the traps and other men avoid the traps. Can we please talk? I would like to introduce myself to you and get to know more about. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very wise. Love it. I love you. Thanks, ma'am. Oh, you guys are amazing. Joy Tribe, I love you. I'll always be here for you. My help is your help. And you can agree to disagree. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. You're so impressive. Wow, thank you. Thank you. I just try to be the best I can be. You know, I'm a work in progress. Please teach this in the ISA. What is that? Looking like Sunshine Anderson over there. Thank you. Lots of love here. Thank you. So I want you guys to go to joyvilla.com. If you like this feed, purchase something from my website. Help support your girl out. You know, I'm out here, independent artist. Please check it out. If you'd like to get some mentorship personally from me to help you solve the girl who's 18 years single, the lady, like there's no reason. You need the courage to do something in your life to solve that. If you're ready to not be single, I can help you. And I provide mentorship, one-on-one counseling mentorship. And I have my Courage course, which is 80% off. It's $97, the best $97 you'll ever spend. It was sold out at $500. Now it's only $97. People are buying this like crazy. It's helping them achieve the successes they want. Before I mentor you personally, I need you to commit to that course, and then we can talk about more stuff. But I guarantee you that course is going to put a light bulb on in your head, because I distill from my wisdoms, having done what I do and being happy and always growing. And this is for men and women. The Courage Course will teach you to unleash the warrior inside. You got to unleash that warrior inside. We need warriors, men and women. Step it to the plate. Not equal. We have equality, but we're not equal. It's okay. Own your mental. Own your crown as a queen. Own your crown as a king. I want to hear yes, king. I want to hear yes, king. Right? Yes, queen. Yes, king. Not just yes, queen. You don't need no man. Yeah. Don't listen to those freaking French toasts. Don't listen to them. They don't know nothing. You can listen to me. It's wisdom. If it indicates, if it doesn't, don't listen to me. Make your own mistakes. That's fine. But I'm just telling you what I know and have seen. And I'm just calling it out. But go to joyvilla.com or go to courage.joyvilla.com, courage.joyvilla.com. Check out the course. It'll help you. And I'll be back on the lives. I'm going to post this too. So I love you guys, Joy Tribe, and I will talk to you later.